How does the 10-day growth hacking challenge work? Well, for starters, you must be nominated. How that works is you can get nominated through a few different sources. Number one is somebody on the growth hacking challenge team. The other source is through an existing or previous contender that you can pitch, who can then nominate you, or through one of our sponsors or partners who will have their own rules on top of the qualifications that we have. The next part is obviously you must qualify. You can take a little bit more detail into that by going on the link below. Those rules do get updated and upgraded, and they're part of our terms and conditions. Essentially, once nominated and enrolled, you are qualified, then you're actually enrolled. Once you're enrolled, we have this broken down into a few steps. Step number one is you'll get onto a discovery call with me. And a discovery call essentially is we cover three main points. Number one is about your business. It's important that we have background to what your business is about. It's crucial that you would highlight, not just give a brief about your business, but highlight key things like, for example, very significant customers or significant founders who are part of your business, or funding that recently has come in, or funding that was supposed to come in that didn't come in, or other things that are significant to the operations and the longevity of your business. Next, the second part is your growth challenge. And we essentially look at your growth challenge by identifying the three top things that are preventing or stopping completely your growth situation at the moment. This can range from three categories of things that we look at. One is acquisition of growth. Second is the retention of growth. And third is growing your retained clients. We use this as just a broad measure, but we go into much deeper context to understand what that means exactly to your business. Once we combine the about and the three challenges for your growth, we then start to develop the three growth hacks for the 10 days. Now, when I say develop, this is just a directional move. Essentially, we put the direction that we're going to take. A few things to point out. When we develop those directions, they're not stuck in stone. That doesn't mean that this is the only way things are done. In fact, one of the things we encourage and teach people about is agility and flexibility. You can be in the middle of a growth hack and identify that we need to shift, make adjustments, or change the order to growth hacks. There are many permutations and combinations to this, and we don't restrict ourselves because we want to open ourselves up to as many opportunities as we can. As we look at these three growth hacks, we will develop them, we will understand them. I will challenge you on that. We will look at different ideas. And once we come to a conclusion, we create some space of time. Space of time enables you as the contender to sleep on it and to see how that processes with you. We then revisit it to understand, are we or are we not on the right track? Ultimately, until we get into the challenge itself, we never really know. That's a very important aspect. Once we're done the discovery call, and the discovery call, by the way, is a private call. It is not recorded as part of the episodes. But the next one, which is the kickoff, is the objective behind the kickoff is for the contender to build rapport with the audience. That is reflective of being able to tell the audience the story behind your business, why you exist, a little bit more about the products and services you offer, the general growth challenges you have, and eventually the three growth challenges that you plan to execute. One thing that's really important for me to point out to you at this time, one of the FAQ questions, which I will be addressing later, is around secrecy and confidentiality. Our contenders are always encouraged to use sanitization or sanitize examples or information that they use when broadcasted. Of course, the confidentiality agreement within the terms keep everything that we discuss privately 100% confidential. That's just for background information. We'll deal with that a little bit more detail in the FAQs. Then we have the next three episodes. That's the kickoff is number one, then the three episodes, and then finally the final episode. And the three middle episodes are the growth hacks, hack 1, 2, and 3. As you execute within those 3 to 4 day increments as we complete the 10 days, we will then take account within the episode. As we take account in the episode, we'd be looking at things like, what was the hack? How did it work? What were some of the signals? What were some of the results? Some of the alterations you need to take, and some of the big learnings you had, and what did you do about it in order to shift it towards a certain direction? This is ultimately designed for learning purposes, not just for yourself, but for the audience that tunes in. Finally, the last part is the final video. The final video is just an episode that talks a little bit more on a reflective level to recap what you did, what were some of the results, what were some of the transformations you had, some of the motivations you got, and some of the things you would pass on to the audience in the form of learning or inspirations that they can learn from you. At the end, though, we have two very unique things. One is another challenge, which is a secret I keep to the end. If you've watched some of the episodes, you probably already know it, so just leave it secret for now. But the other part is we have a pay it forward program. This is a really crucial component of our challenge. Every time a contender completes the challenge, they get the opportunity to nominate 3 more people that they want to pay it forward to. Of course, they must qualify. Once they qualify, we enroll them, and through the initial nomination, they then would be put into the program. We highly encourage this because I genuinely believe in an old saying that goes, those with the same feathers flock together. And we believe that great entrepreneurs know other great entrepreneurs. And that's essentially how it works. The last bonus part I'm going to talk about is growth analytics. Growth analytics is an exclusive tool that is made just for contenders. It's an AI program that measures through our panel approximately 150 plus data points, and these data points are all designed to give you a score and a ranking, which is overall, and then a score and ranking by each one of these 150 points. Then you're given further instructions on how you performed and how to develop these specific points. This is done in real time and is predictive. Every time a new contender comes into the system, this system updates. Every time it updates, you get a new report as a contender. The objective behind it is that every new contender that comes into the system, his or her objective, or the team's objective, is to break the boundaries of the growth of the whole challenge. Every time you do that, new learnings are created, and they're able to look into your learnings as well. Every individual gets a 365-degree look, and the objective is for you to continuously to develop your playbook so that you're continuously growing for life. Now, we have some additional programs that we're developing, and they are in development as we speak. We will be looking at further acceleration programs through our All-Star program, and potentially we're looking at other things that take companies that do very well in our challenge and boosting them even further through some of the exclusive growth tools and mechanisms that we have. As we come to the end of how the challenge works, the next video are about the FAQs, frequently asked questions, that you can see in the next video. Anything that you're probably thinking about most likely will be answered in that video. So I will see you over at the FAQ video.